Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let's talk about Docling. This is an open source AI from IBM, meaning that it is provided by IBM and now it is open sourced, which is used to parse documents and export them to the desired format with ease and speed. I have been using or experimenting different parsing tools, and this seems to be one easy to use, and next it parses documents really well. The main focus of this video will be mainly with the PDF files, but as you can see here, you can even parse DOCX, docs, PPTX, PowerPoints, Excel, images, HTML, and all the other things also. How the video will proceed is I have a diagram here. I'll show you document parsing in general. I will walk you through one of the blog posts I have written about how you can parse, or let's say what are the different tools that are available to parse the document. And then I will walk you through setting up the environment, basics and advanced features of DocLinks, and inside that I will show you how you can parse scanned PDF. That is one of the questions that many of you asked me, if it can do the scanned version of PDF or not. Can it parse the images if I provide the image with just simple command? And at the end I will integrate that into Llama Index, so you can ask the questions into the document that is parsed by DocLinks, so you see how the answer will be retrieved from there. I will be using open source LLMs, so we don't need to pay for any of the stuffs here. This is what we are going through in this video. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, first thing, let me walk you through the Medium post. So this is one of the posts I just wrote 2 days ago, just as a reference to this video, so that you know there are many other parsing techniques also available, right? So this is the PDF parsing techniques. First is the DocLink, which is free and open source. So there are some features as you can see here. I will also walk you through the website itself. There is also the unstructure.io, which I have already created many videos. You can just go through there or do the research. It has free, open source, as well as paid and commercial versions of it. There is also Llama Parse, which is from Llama Index. I'm going to create a separate video about Llama Parse again. I have already created before, but this is a really good tool. Although this is paid and commercial, you have some credits free to try. I will walk you through that in the next video, so you can try along with me with the free version also. And the pricing is here. I will walk you that when I create the video, but you can already go and read this blog post if you want. Apart from this, there are many tools, right? It's difficult to keep track of it. So here are some of the things that I have listed with the links. So if you want, you can go through this link and explore it yourself. This is just the information, or let's say before I start the video. Now let's go into the Docling itself. First I will walk you through the website so you can navigate what is there, right? So this is the main page here. You can just go through. Here is the features. It reads all the different things: advanced PDF, unified expressive Docling document representation format, easy integration to Llama Index, LangChain, and so on. So I will be showing you example with Llama Index today. There's OCR for scanned PDFs, and simple and convenient CLI, right? Everything is baked into one thing. And there are also coming soon equation and code extraction, metadata extraction, including the title, authors, and different references and languages. This is really cool. A native LangChain extension, if we have that is even better, right? So this is the open source version from IBM. As I said, you thanks IBM for creating this really good open sourcing it. If you want to go to the GitHub, as you can see here, this is the link to the GitHub. If I click this, of course it will take me to the GitHub, and it has already 16.7k stars already. You can just go here and also know more things here. But there are simple things here, if you how to do the installations and so on. I will show you how to do these things, but if you want to do more advanced things, you need to have the OCR engines, and for that to have installed additional packages. Some needs to be even the system dependencies, as you can see here, right? So this is one of the drawback what I see when you want to install it locally, because this system dependency is not that easy. Sometimes there are so many conflicts and so on. But if you are able to set it up correctly, then it's really good and easy to do things in the local machine. And of course, when you go into advanced parsing, the system requirements, or let's say the hardware, also needs to be quite powerful. But in this case, I'm using MacBook Pro, so it's doing okay in my case. But just think that in mind, that it might be slow when you parse the documents for yourself. And here are all the additional informations. If we now go to the uses, so this is how you can use. As you can see, in just 5 lines you can parse a PDF into the markdown, right? Just run this, it will do the thing, but I'll show you all the different things how you can do it. There is frequently asked question, and there is also the DocLink version 2 and how you can use it. If you go on the top, there is the concepts. So there is the architecture, how it is done, DocLink documents, and then the how to do the chunking and so on. This is already baked in here, and there are some of the examples. You can see there are different examples. There is RAG with haystack, RAG with Llama Index, RAG with LangChain, and all the different things. So if you want to know in depth, and if you want to use this in your application, you need to of course go here and do study to get the better understanding. And this is the integrations. As I said you before, there are different integrations with different frameworks and tools, and also there is some references. All the information is here. You can just go through and explore more, right? So this is the simple information about Docling. Now let's get into the code part. I have this YouTube stops repository. Inside this, I have created this document parsers, and in the future when I have additional informations or additional parsing tools, if I explore those, I will provide it inside this. Here you can see I have the project layout already, and also the instructions how you can do this. And here, as you can see, I have shown here you can do this via UV, right? And if you are new to UV, I would recommend you to learn this UV, because this is really good and easy way again to explore our extremely fast Python package and project manager. If you want to get help, I have created a video already, extremely fast Python package manager. You can take the reference of this. It's easier for you to follow this video. But if you want to go with PEEP also, I have written the instructions for you, because with UV it's quite easy to do the setup. Now let's get into the code part. I have already cloned this. I will show you. Here is the YouTube stubs. If I do ls, you can see that there is already the document parsers. I will go inside the document parsers. The good part of UV is also that once you go inside the folder, if I do ls/lia, you can see that there is no virtual environments setup and all the different things, right? But the good part of UV is it will do it for you when you run some of the commands. I'm not going to go through UV here in details, but what I'm going to do here is first run this in VS Code. So here is the VS Code. Let me bring the VS Code here. So yeah, this is the VS Code. You can see here in the data I have scanned document, just to show you example later. There are some images also here, and this is the main file that I'm going to go through. And if I go to the readme, here is the readme, right? Let me open this in a preview so it's easier for you to explain. So creating the virtual environment, if you don't want to have the UV, you need to follow this already from the VS Code, so it's easier also. So I'm here now, right? I'm going to use UV, as I said you before. But if you don't have UV, then please follow these steps. I have also explained how you can extract the information. In UV, it will go through these dependencies and install all the different things. I have written a script here. By installing the TOML, it will extract that dependency for you and store that into the requirements txt file, so you can just run it. I have explained all the things. Let me go through the UV. For the UV, there is just one command. You clone it. I'm already inside the document parser, and now in the root folder of this folder, I need to just run UV sync. So what it does, when I do UV sync, you can see that I don't have any virtual environments being created here, right? So if I do UV sync, what it is going to do is, you can see here, it is going to take the Python version that I have now and install all the necessary things. When I run this, you can see all the things are being installed here. There is the thing called .env. It's already there, and I don't even need to activate the virtual environment if I'm using UV, because when I run the commands, it will be doing my thing. So here you can see this will create the virtual environment, install the necessary packages. If you use UV to run the file, no need to activate it, it will do it for you. If you decided not to use UV to run the file, you can activate the virtual environment. For example, source.venv, this is the normal way to activate the environment, and then you can run the file. Just giving an example here how to run the file and so on. But with UV, you can run the file, it will work quite fine without If you want to run this, it will throw the error, so you need to activate the virtual environment and you can run this. It will work just fine, right? So if there is a problem with Tesseract, if you use UV or PEEP also, just uninstall the Tesseract OCR, and then you need to install it this way so that it will be installed correctly. So this is the thing that you need to run. As you can see here, I have already installed the necessary packages. Let me clear this. I will actually close this for now and go to this docling.ipynv. This is the Jupyter notebook that I have here. So I will be walking you through this particular notebook now. So now let's follow this. So here are some of the links: DocLink documentation, technical report, because there is already technical report also if you want to go and read this. If I open this, it will open in the browser. So you can see there is the DocLink technical report. It's actually published report. You can just go here and read what is it all about, right? So yeah, let's now go and set up the things. So you can see here in the VS Code, there is already the virtual environment. By the way, if you are already familiar with these kind of things, there will be the time stamp in the video. Please forward to whatever position you want, but I want this followed by someone who haven't used, who are not that familiar with these kind of environments also. So this is just the normal things I'm importing here, right? And now this is the torch. So because it also uses GPU under the hood, so it says here if there is the CUDA, it will use so CUDA GPU is enabled, and then I'm using this MPS GPU in the Mac, so it says MPS GPU is enabled, so I'm going to use the GPU in this case. All right, there is a GPU there. Now downloading the data, you can either use it via URL in DocLinks. You can just provide the URL, but for me what I'm trying to do here is creating a folder. Here there is the data, but I'm going to create the folder and then download this, right? So if I run this, you can see that there is a folder already being created, so it just downloads the sustainability report of Kone 2023 here. So if I go inside the data, you can see there is this Kone, and if I click this, so this is the, let me go to the first page. So this is the Helping Cities Grow Sustainability Report 2023 of Kone company, right? Just a PDF which is actually 84 pages long, and it has tables, it has figures and all the different things. So it's good example to show you about this. So our data is there now there. So here this is just the normal things. I'm making life easier. I'm saying source pointing to this particular thing, and then first 10 pages I'm just saying because I don't want to run each and every time all the 80 plus pages, right? Here I'm just saying this, and in order to get the first 10 pages I'm using PyPDF, and it is already being installed when we do the UV sync, right? So here I'm just running this. So when I run this, you can see here is this report 10 page, meaning that now we just have the 10 page of this particular PDF for us to explore the things. And also one thing here is also I'm taking the page 25. The reason being that is sometimes I just want to see how it performs with just one page. If I go to page 25, you can see here is text, here is the pie chart, and here is the bar chart and some information here. I want to see how it extracts the informations. So it's easier for us to see how it does the thing, simple things here and there. And now convert PDF to Markdown. This is the default options. Now we are going into the default options, right? So here from DocLink document converter, we can import the document. So I need to first import this. Once this is imported, as you can see here, I'm saying parsing the first 10 pages, and this is the simple without using any additional functionalities or let's say advanced tools, right? So when this is running here, I'm just saying okay, converter is document converter. Result here is converter.convert, and I'm passing the first 10 pages, right? This is the first 10 pages. If you just go up here, I'm saying here first 10 pages, I'm pointing to this report 10 page PDF. That is what I'm doing here. And the output directory, I'm using path in order to name this. It will be here parsed doc, and output directory make directory parents true exist equals to true, and then I'm passing that, taking the stream of it to do the file name. I'm taking this from the DocLinks document. This way we can save our version of that PDF into the Markdown and save it. That's what it is doing. If I run this, we created a new folder called parsed doc, which we have mentioned. You can see here now there is this parsed doc. Inside this there is report 10 page. I can open this, right? So now I can run this side by side just to show you how it does. Here you can see this is the original PDF and this is the markdown of that. So here it says okay, NIE. So here is taking something here, Kone.com, 1 billion, all the different things, and it is taking all the information from here. It knows that there is some of the images here. Here is the image, here is the image, empowering our people and all the different things. So you can see here, when there is an image, it will say that okay, there is an image, but it didn't extract anything from the image, but it says that there is an image, and then it will parse all the other things. For example, here you can see Americas, Europe. So this is the thing, Americas, Europe. It is taking this whole thing and it says it is parsing. You can see here 12%, 37%, 51%, and so on. So it gets the information from those particular places. It is quite okay. As you can see here, it says sustainability power, Kone's new strategy. So this is what it is taking from here, heading to, and it is extracting all the informations here. And when there is an image, as you can see here, there is an image, right? When there is an image, it says there is an image, but it extracts the thing that is below the image. So CEO Philip and all the different things is mentioned here. So it extracts all the informations out of it. So this is how it extracts the things. And now parsing just the page. So it's page 25. So I just want to parse the page 25. As I said before, I have already provided the thing here. So here there is the data and I extracted the page 25. I'm saying here page, I think it's 25. Yes. And if I run this, okay, it is page 25. If I run this, I think it's page 25, right? Yeah, it's page 25. And as you can see here now, once I run that, it's already being saving the things. Here inside the parts doc, I have the page 25.md. So this is the thing that is being saved. I just want to show you one page example so it's easier, right? Page 25, and let me bring page 25 from the data. So it's page 25. Let me open this side by side. Where is page 25? Okay, it didn't went here. So page 25, you need to double click in VS Code, otherwise it just goes away. So yeah, page 25. I will open this side by side. Now it's easier to read, right? So for example, here it says smart use of materials, and this is here, right, at Kone. So this part is being extracted here by providing. So it is now going through this part here, as you can see here, and all the different things are here. And life cycle carbon footprint, this is the life cycle carbon footprint. And now it went to material content, it extracted this one, and now it says there is an image. So you can see here, this is what it is referring to. And now there is some Unicode, and there is again the image. This is the image, and there is the Unicode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the different Unicodes. So what is doing here is it's taking this image and it cannot extract the information from that chart. It's just saying there is an image there, and this is the Unicode. So here you can see, so this is quite big Unicode, right? And then if I go down, so there is nothing here, right? The carbon footprint is it mentioned here? No, it is not mentioned there. What we can do now is I can take this Unicode, we can decode this. I will take this Unicode here, Control C. So you can see that it extract all the informations as we want and the image, but then the other informations also, this one not extracting, but it is in a Unicoded format. So we can decode this. I'm copying this. I will close this one. I will go back here, and here, as you can see here, I have written a Python function doing exactly that thing. Here what I can do is replace this. I will replace this with the one that I just copied, right? If I do shift enter, you can see it says that the carbon footprint results are dependent on product installation locations and so on. Now if I go to page 25, it is getting from this particular thing. So it extracts all the informations, and if it is in something which it cannot extract with the text, it will encode that, so you can decode and do all the other things. Similar to that, there were also some other things, right? Here there are other Unicode things also, you can decode this. So this is how exactly it extracts the informations out of it. So now convert PDF to Markdown, advanced options. I have provided the link also here, but now here are additional functionalities which we can customize ourselves. So what I have done here is output directory is path parse doc advanced, right? So here I have the image resolution scale is 2, and now you can see there is this pipeline options. So what you can do here is, here you can see I have this DocLink document converter, I have this PDF format option, right? And this is the PDF pipeline options. So that is what it is from the pipeline options. So there is PDF pipeline, there is table format, there is easy OCR options, and so on. There are different things. You need to go to the documentation and get the ones that you want, right? So here there are many things. What I am saying here is do table structure is true, do OCR, so it can extract the informations with the OCR. You can enable this by default. It is, for example, if you go to this PDF pipeline options, you can see what is by default. If you want to know this, you can just let me go up here. So you need to first import it and then do it, right? I will show how you can do this. So you can do from docling, it's not docling dot, it is data model dot pipeline options, import PDF pipeline options, right? And then you can run PDF pipeline options, and if you run 2 question marks at the end, shift enter, so you can see that what is the default parameters already there. You can see this create legacy output, document time, do table, this is true, do OCR is already by default. So you can see here this is false. You can see what is there. For example, if you use easy OCR, what are the different languages and so on. This is one way to explore the documentation, and if you want to know more, there is a link to the Python file also. If you click this, you can explore all the other functionalities that you can use with this one. So now here what I have done is, you can just go through it, but what I did here is I'm using test OCR options. And one thing to why you need to read documentation is because here the language is ENG, here is EN, here is EN US for different options of the OCR. So I'm using here Tesseract OCR options, and table structure is do cell matching, and the mode is table formation accurate, so use more accurate table format model and so on. And what you can do now is play around with this. For example, here it's a generate. I will be running now a couple of things. I will just comment this first and also comment these 2 options, right? So now if I run this, and here it is, I'm just giving the variable name, I'm using document converter and just passing the pipeline options which we have mentioned here, right? I will just run this. There it is. And now here is other things, right? What I'm doing here is, let me first go and run without images, for example here, because I will run this line. I don't want this with the images. I will just do this one. Now let's run this, right? This is the simple version that you can do. I will run this. So now there is an error. It says OCR is not correctly installed. Tesser OCR, right? So this is what I was mentioning. There are some things that you need to be careful with Tesser OCR. If I go here, I have mentioned, okay, this is not the one. In the README, I have mentioned here 2 things. You need to first remove this. So this is what exactly I'm going to do you, so that you can also follow along with me, right? So I can open the terminal. I will run this first. It will remove it. And it said the dependency could not be found. So it is not even being installed for some reason. Let me see why. If I go to the VS Code, let me go here and see in the pipe project OCR. Okay, we don't have even the tester OCR here. So you can see there is this, there is this, there is this. Let's install first. I will just go here and run UV, and in the UV you add here. So that's it. As you can see, that's fast. It's just install the tester OCR, but still it will not probably work, because now you can see there is this tester OCR here in the pipe project terminal. I will now go here, and if I run this, it will still the error. This is what I was trying to show, but before it was not even installed. So it still says that it didn't find this, right? This is the solution provided from Docling. So what we need to do is remove this first. It is removed, and now I will go to the readme file again, and this is the command you need to run. Control C. If you are using just pip, then you don't need UB in front of it. But now you need to run this, install again. So it is resolving the packages. You can see here it resolved one package in 170 millisecond, building the tester OCR. So it is going to install 2.71, but with these additional things. So no binary, all, and tester OCR. So let's wait for some time for this to run. Once this is completed, then it should be able to run it and it's installed properly. These are the things that sometimes you might face difficulties when using these tools, because we are doing so many things under the hood when we extract the information. It just seems that we are passing some command and it is doing all the things, but there is many things going under the hood. It is using GPU, in some cases CPU, and different kinds of GPUs. So all the versions must be resolved into it, right? So now it says prepare one package, install. Now if I run this, it should work. I hope you get the idea also, and it's good that I can demonstrate it right away so that you can also know it here. Now you can see here there is doc file name and there is a folder being created. If I am correct, if I close this one, there is a folder called parts doc advanced, right? So that is what we have mentioned here. If I go inside it, you can see there is page 25 MD. So this is what we have now extracted. So now the difference you see here, before we had the image, right? And now it already extracted that particular thing, the carbon footprint result, before we need to decode it, right? When you use the additional functionality, it already extracted that part of the information, but it didn't get the two images. For example, here this upper image and this round image, it says, okay, this is an image, right? Image. And now if you go to page 25, here is the carbon footprint and everything mentioned. Material content of Kone monospace DX elevator. So it says here material content of Kone monospace DX elevator. So you can see this slash, and now there is the image, and here is all the other information, plastic, these organic materials, and so on. It still didn't get all the things, but now you can see that it is getting this information, but this part is not being extracted. So this is what we get from this one. So now what we will do is, here if you go and say this generate picture images, I will uncomment the earlier one, right? And if I go down here, and now I will uncomment this one and comment this one. What I'm doing here now is I'm adding one additional parameter here. Image mode is image mode dot embedded. So image is embedded within the base with base 64. You will see how it is doing here. If I run this now, before there was just image. Now if I go into this, you can see here the image is being embedded when it extracted the informations. Here this is the thing, and this is the image. Before it just says image, but now it has the informations of the image encoded into it. If I scroll a little bit down, you can see this is all the encoded words. We can decode this. If I scroll a little bit down, you can see the carbon things. It also extracted that part of the informations, and material content, this also it is extracting, and again there was an image. Now you can see this is the additional informations it was there. This is how it is being extracted. Just to show you that it works, I will copy paste this and decode what is here for you. You need to copy until this after this base 64. If I go here, and there I think I have somewhere the link. Here is the base 64 link to decode it online. So here I can just paste this. You can see this is the image that was being encoded. That is how you can already get the information out of it. So this is really good. Now what I want to show you is how it can reference the image also, right? For that, what you need to do is you don't need to change anything in the pipeline, because we have all the necessary informations here. But if you go down here, instead of this line here, I will uncomment the last one, which says here referenced. So before we had nothing. Just as a recap, we use embedded and then we use the referenced now. So what happens with the reference is there will be a new folder created inside this parse doc advanced, where the image will be referenced into that. Let's run this and you will get the informations. I'm running this. So if I go inside this parse doc advanced, you can see there is this page 25 artifacts. inside this there are images. Now if I go here, it take this whole thing as an image, as I said you before also. So it's taking this whole image, and this is the image, this pie chart, right? And that is being now referenced into the markdown. So if I go here, you can see it is extracting all the informations, and here this is the image that is being referenced to that particular image. So now if I open this, if I just preview this, you can see if I scroll down the different versions and the information is being extracted. You can see some of the things which are misplaced, but this is how it extracted the informations out of the PDF into the markdown. This is the advanced version how you can perform this. I'm taking a little bit time here to show you the different functionalities of DocLink so that you can get everything out of the PDFs. Now there is the chunking part also. So the chunking is just the hybrid chunking I'm taking here, and I'm passing the same thing. I can just run this and you can see it is running. There are 3 chunks, and if I just go here and print, I can print the informations of that particular thing. Nothing fancy here, but they even provide the chunking functionality. And by the way, I'm using the BAAI BG small e and V15 as a tokenizer, and this is provided in the documentation also. So at first it will, if you're using the first time in your computer, it will download it first and then it will do the things for you. This is the advanced version of parsing using DocLink. Now let's go into the command line. So here there are some FAQs I showed you before also, but this command line syntaxes, you can run this from the VS Code itself, or you can run it from the terminal. It's the same thing. I'm running it from the VS Code, so it's easier for you to show, but you can just copy this and run it in the terminal. So here I'm just first running if there is a tester OCR installed or not. If I run this, it will say, okay, there is 2.7.1 version of it we just installed before. So yeah, this is how simple it is. You can just run uv run docling, and the example that I showed you before, if you are not using the uv, just run docling and pass it to the page that you want to run. That's it. So I'm running here uv run docling data page 24 PDF. If I run shift, it will do the thing, and in the root there will be one markdown. So it said the input file does not exist. Okay, does not exist, but I have it here. Data is okay. There is page 24. I need to pipe page 25. That's it. And now it should be here. There should be some markdown named page 25. So it will just take the name and replace it with MD, because by default it is going to be converting into the markdown file. So there will be a file here named, as you can see, page25.md, and this is the parsed version of it. And as you can see, by default it is taking these informations out of it. I have also shown some examples here. You can just go through it. But one thing, many of you asked if it will extract the image also, right? So here you can see I have the image and the Caltrain schedule. This is a PNG file, right? So does it extract the inferences from the PNG? For that reason, I'm showing, let's run this, if it extracts the informations or not, right? Here I'm running UV docling and images, and I'm providing these images without any additional parameters. It is going to extract the informations from this PNG file and save it in the markdown. Everything will be parsed from it. You can see there is this caltrain.schedulemd, and if I go here, it is taking informations. Okay, image, this image is because there is this, just to show you here, if I go to this Caltrain PNG, there is this train image. So that is the image shown here when it is extracting the information. So this is the image of that one, and now here is the information that is being extracted, but it is not that accurate. You can see it is not taking all the informations out of it. Just to show you, what we can do is I can just do the preview of this. So here you can see it is not extracting all the information, right? This is the image that I said you before also. Here there is the image, okay, printer friendly Caltrain schedule and train number. Not all the information is being extracted. It's extracting something, but it is not extracting all the information of it. Maybe I'm missing some additional parameters. If I pass some additional, if you know, or if you have tried this, let me know in the comment section. It extracts some informations, but it's not there according to my experience so far. So yeah, and then there is also this thing which I said you before. You can even pass the whole link, so it will do the thing. For example, if I run this, it is going to extract the pages of the PDF. I'm just providing the URL. It is in the PDF, right? And then it will convert that into markdown. It is going to take some time, but it will be creating same as before, just to show you this example that it does all the different things. So what I'm showing you here is simple PDF files, PNG also, and also you can directly pass from the link. So it says here stream is complete. Okay, these are some of the errors or warnings that it provides when it is doing the thing. But once this is done, we can see the pages of PDF from the URL being parsed and save it in the markdown. And by the way, I'm just showing you in the markdown format, but there are other additional formats also. You can in JSON or other things which I mentioned you in the first place. So it will take some time, and it will be here. Once it is there, I will show you. Here is the link to convert that code if you want to do the same thing, if you don't want to paste that into the URL. Now, as many of you asked, if it can actually parse the scan document, right? So, and it is using OCR under the hood. As you can see, it is done now. So this is the pages of the PDF from the URL. So you can do this thing. Here is the scan. What I did in the scan is I just wrote something in the paper: PDF parsing techniques, Docling, unstructured llama parse. I had this small table here, and I created a simple pie chart and wrote something. This is just the simple informations I wrote somewhere in the paper. I scanned this, and now this is the scanned version of it. Let's see if it parses this or not, right? Here I'm using document converter, which I created before with advanced functionalities. As you can see, this is the advanced functionality. This is the doc converter global. I'm using the same thing. If I scroll down here, not there, here I'm using the same dot convert. I'm passing that scanned thing, and it will be stored, right? I will run this now. What I have seen is it will not extract the informations, but let's see what happens now. So data is scanned document. So now if I go inside where it is in the advanced parsed. There is this scanned document.md. If I go inside this, you can see it just extracted Sudarshan Keuvala. It's not even correct, and it's taking some random things. Just simple example without additional things. It didn't extracted the informations from the scanned document. Maybe the resolution was not good or something, or maybe if you if you have some additional tips how to extract the information from the scanned one, let me know in the comment section, and others and myself will get a benefit out of it, and I will try it myself later. But it is not performing that correct with the simple scanned document. By the way, this is scanned and handwritten, just to make sure that I'm not mixing things here. So yeah, after this there is the figure export also. You can just take the figures out of it and then save it somewhere, because it knows where the figures are based on the image tags and so on. You can just export the figures out of it. I'm not going to explain so much here. You need to first import necessary things, and now this is the code. I'm saying import everything into the scratched folder, and first 10 things I'm just running this code. I'm taking this from the documentations, copy pasted, nothing changed. And now what it will do is it will create a new folder called scratch image, and it will extract all the images and store here. If you go here, there is this scratch image folder. Inside it, you can see there is this report 10 page with image reference artifacts. This is the actual image of the page itself, and inside the artifacts you will see small images also being extracted. There is similar things now with the table export, right? As I said, I can export tables also, it can export images also. The same thing again, I took the code from the documentation. I name it now scratch table, and I will just run this. What it will do now is create a folder called scratch table. Here on the side, it will extract the image. As you can see, it is using MPS, meaning that it is using GPU under the hood, and it is extracting all the information. There is scratch table. Here you can see CSV. You can see it is extracted in the form of CSV. This is the table of contents, and 1 page, 2 page, ending here 38. In the next one, it just went into 80. This is the page number, but you can see this index is from 01 to 34. There is one table which is Americas, Europe, and so on. It also takes as a table and showed it here, and you can even have this in HTML. So same things here. in the HTML also. So this is how you can extract the informations however you want to do it. I'm just showing you all the possible things. I will show you how you can integrate this with Llama Index. For Llama Index, what I'm doing here is I'm taking ollama models. For these to work, you need to have ollama installed in your machine. I have videos in my channel about ollama, but make sure you have ollama installed and make sure it is running also. So I have ollama list. So I have all the models which I'm using in this here already. So this Llama 3.18b or Llama 3 latest, and I'm using this Nomic embed text latest for the embeddings and so. So what I'm doing here is first using the latest model. I will be using the LLM. From here you can see I'm taking the ollama embeddings and Hugging Face embeddings. If you want to use the Hugging Face one, you can use this Hugging Face one also, and you whatever you want to do, you can use either ollama or Hugging Face, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to use the Hugging Face here. This is how you can easily do things, right? So load the pre-trained sentence transformer BAAI. So it is using that. As I said you, it's locally. You can use whatever supports if you want to use the Llama Index. But there are many others. So again, I'm using the Llama 3 from ollama, and I'm using the BAAI BGE small model from Hugging Face. Now you can see here it says prompts are loaded with the keys, query text, and so on. So now if I print the embedded model, you can see this is the embedded model. I can even print LLM. So what is the LLM? You can see this is from the ollama, but it is from the Llama Index core callbacks and all the different things. And make sure that this local host 11434 is running, because ollama must be running if you want to use the ollama models. If I click this one, you can see here it says ollama is running, meaning that we can use the Llama 3 from ollama. And now, so define the global settings configuration, because under the hood, Llama Index uses the OpenAI models. With this, what you can say is, I want to use the LLM which I have mentioned here. I want to use the embedded model which I have mentioned here instead of the default ones. Now, we are saying Llama Index, please use these embed models and LLMs to use. And now there is the retrieve and generate. And here is these normal things we can import. So Llama Index core storage, context and vector store index. I'm taking the markdown node parser, and then from Llama Index .readers.docling, I'm importing DocLink reader, right? So here reader, DocLink reader, and document converter is the same one that I used before with all the advanced functionality. This is how you can use the pipeline options, right? And then I'm saying node parser as the markdown node parser from the Llama Index. So if I run this one, that is all set. And now I can say documents reader.load data, and I can pass the source here. So what I'm doing here is I'm passing the whole pages of this Kone Sustainability Report 2023 into this loader, meaning that I can ask questions. So if I go here, I can go to the data. This is the thing that I'm going to ask the questions from. It is 84 pages. If I go here now, it is going to be using that and doing the same thing as before. It is going to convert into the markdown, right? So it is document equals to reader.load data source. I have this source. This is the source, and I'm passing that to the Sustainability Report 2023. Now, if I go down here, let me see if it is completed. Okay, this is not here. I did this. Convert the model. Okay, now it is completed. This is the documents. So I can say document length of documents, it's 1. And now if you want to print, of course, what is in the documents. So this is the document ID, and so on, and all the text is here. Everything is downloaded now in a markdown, or let's say now in the document of my index itself. Now what we can do is we are going to create or extract nodes from the documents. This is how the concept of nodes, similar to the chunks, right? There is the nodes, and we can say node parser dot get nodes from documents, and we are going to pass the documents that we just created. And we can say, okay, how many nodes are created, and we can even print the text and metadata. I will just run this one. We can see there were 199 nodes, let's say chunks of the data. Now there is node 1, what is the text and what is the metadata, everything is now stored in the nodes. So that's how it works in Llama Index. Okay, so now we can create the index, because we need to create the index in order to ask the questions from the documents that we have now, right? We set index equals vector store index from documents. We pass the documents, and the transformations is node parser and the embedded model in order to embed it. We can run this and it will go into the batches and it is going to be created the index. Once the index is being created, we can ask questions. For example, I can say here, in how many countries does Kone operate? I'm using reach to prettify the output. If I run this, you can see it will be asking the question, in how many countries does Kone operate? Here you can see, in how many countries does Kone operate? Kone has operations in over 60 countries, right? If I go now to the page, you can see here operations in greater than 60 countries. It is getting the information from there over 60 countries. Now what I can do, it also has this source from where it is taking the informations. Now I can have multiple questions, and you can see the this is just the marking for myself to know that I'm taking the question from this particular pages. I can have multiple queries and pass into it, and then we can just ask the question, and you can see that it is going through those questions and provide us the answer here. Here, in how many countries does Kone operate? Kone has operations in over 60 countries. That is correct. We just make it sure. And the question is, what is the share of landfill waste of Kone's manufacturing units in 2023? It's 0.6%, right? So here you can see I'm taking the 67. If I go here into the 67, here you can see 67, and this is the question I'm asking from, share of landfill waste 0.6%. It is taking from the table and extracting the information exactly from these 80 plus pages for us. That is also correct. And the third one is, what is the plastic and robots content of monospace 700? It says based on the provided information, there is no direct information. However, we can refer up to 90% of the materials used in our elevators can be removed. This suggests that the materials used in the elevator are likely a combination of this. Okay, it didn't get exact answer of that because I was asking from the image from the 25. Let me go to page 25. So this is the question where I was asking like plastic and robots 1%, but it didn't get this answer. What are the ways to win the areas? According to Kone's strategy, the ways to win areas are empowered people, marketing and sales renewal, lean Kone, and digital plus physical enterprise. This is from where I'm asking this. This is from the 12. So let's go to the page 12. If I go to page 12, you can see this is where I am asking the question from, ways to win areas. Took these four answers from it. That is also correct. And the last one was, who is the CEO? Philippe Delorme is the president and CEO. That is also correct. You can see that one question was not correct, but others were correct. With the proper parsing of the PDF documents, it's good for the LLMs to get the answers. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you in this video. As I said before also, all the information, all the code, all the links is in the GitHub. I will provide the link in the GitHub so you can go through it. Just explore this and just make your PDFs or documents LLM ready so that you can have good answers out of LLM. Remember that garbage in, garbage out. So if you have provide good or quality data for your LLMs, it will produce good answers for you. I hope this video helped you to learn something new about DocLinks, how you can use DocLink into your project. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.